Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Sword of Elpisia, running on Series X. Okay, where are we heading? We're heading to the Tower of Wisdom. We'll turn Alice to normal without strengthening the magic sword. In search of the hint, we're gonna head to Tower of Wisdom in Reveal Town. Okay, let us go there. Actually, I haven't missed any quests yet. Okay, we're still okay. Check to see if we are going to get any quests. You'll never know. In the Tower of Wisdom, it's not possible to buy books. If there's a book you want after reading it in the tower, come to us. Even the citizens of the Neri Dominion can't easily get a permit to pass through the gate to the southwest. That's the only overland route to Oberon, City of Magic, the most important city of the Neri Dominion. Welcome to the Tower of Wisdom. Do you have an entrance permit? If you don't, we can issue one. Please show me your ID.
Yeah. Here you are. This badge.
Wait! Guild members aren't permitted to enter the Neri Dominion. She'll be suspicious if you show her that badge.
Is there some problem?
Oh, you guys came, did you? Welcome to the Tower of Wisdom.
Triton.
They're friends of mine. Won't you let them in?
They're friends of yours, are they, Triton? I understand. This is your entrance permit. It costs 300 gold to have it reissued, so please be careful not to use it, or lose it.
Tower of Wisdom permit gained.
Thank you.
Oh, don't worry about it. You are not from this dominion, are you? In that case, it's a bit difficult to be allowed in. It's a waste of the time. It's a waste of the time you could be using to get knowledge. How much are you hoping for in thanks? Let me see. Eating and drinking is not permitted here. Also, please be quiet. That's enough for me. Understood. I hope you gain lots of knowledge. This is a huge library. Let's split up into two to search. Wait a minute.
What did you do?
Be quiet. Have you forgotten the terms we agreed with Triton?
Sorry.
It's one of the skills that citizens of Halle can use. I've set up a barrier so that Main Belt doesn't find out any info we gain. It'll be effective unless he's really close. What we're gonna do from now on isn't gonna benefit Main Belt. You don't want him to find out and obstruct us, do you? I guess not, but next time explain it in advance. Ariel, look after Nate.
Of course. What's the effective range of the magic tool you put on him?
Well, it shouldn't be a problem if we're in the same town.
I see.
Alice.
Yeah?
I'll give you an uneventful life for your whole life. I'll be sure to do what we agreed that day. Trust me.
Okay.
I haven't seen your face like that for quite some time.
Oh, is that so? Do I look strange now?
I can't say. Okay, we should get searching too.
Hey!
Quiet. Several hours later.
There were some books about the magic swords, but nothing other than evaluations of their value as antiques.
It was the same here. There are just too many books. They can change them around regularly too. Let's look for a more effective way.
So how about we ask Triton? He looks like he knows a lot about this place.
Yeah, let's look for Triton. Ah, is there something wrong? We're looking for a document, but there are too many books. If you have any ideas, please give us some help. In the process of strengthening a special sword, we want to avoid the sacrifice of someone connected to the sword. We're looking for a way to avoid that person becoming a victim. Any ideas? A special sword. Maybe there's not enough info, but Triton isn't guaranteed to be an ally. It's dangerous to give him more info than necessary. Let me see. It's a bit different, but it's sort of like the tale of a certain sword.
Really? Shh. Sorry.
Please tell us that story. Okay. It's a story also connected to the Starfall. Let's go to the room where the memoirs I mentioned before are. 7-4, Tower of Wisdom, History Books, C2. The Starfall occurred 10 years ago, but it is said that something similar also occurred, although on a smaller scale 200 years ago. Using that, Relasa Prometheus, one of the sages, made a certain sword 120 years ago. That's all I know about the sword, but the facts about the Starfall are written in this account.
My name is Fraternina. I research the heavenly bodies of Terra. This is an account of the facts of the Starfall. The book spoke.
It's magic that can shut away a voice in an object.
TH 1490. The meteor shower observed across the world over several days has had various effects in many places. In the lands of Cassini, the production of magic ore has slumped, but in the Hellene Islands, it has risen greatly. It's not just that, either. Even the numbers of monsters and their habitats have been affected. However, the meteor shower was generally favorably received as the greatest celestial show in history. Except for in some regions, that is. Eek! We're gonna fall! Oh, ouch!
Calm down. This is magic too. The scenes in the book are being reflected in your vision, that's all. We're still in the Tower of Wisdom. This sort of magic exists, does it?
The wilds in the southern part of the lands of Arago, southwest of there, so many meteors that hadn't burned up in the atmosphere fell to land.
What is this?
These are where small villages not even on the map were hit directly, and the villagers and buildings were all returned to nothing. In the craters where the meteors fell, not a single tree grows. Animals avoid them, and not even monsters try to get close. Quite literally, they became dead lands. These are the facts that I know about the Starfall. How will the dead lands affect Terra in the future? With this as the theme of my research, I am going to continue my investigations.
This is all I can contribute. I'm sorry that it isn't so useful.
No, it's enough. I'd like to give you something in return.
You really like to be exact, don't you? Ah, I know. Okay, please treat the books carefully and gently.
That's not enough.
It's enough for me. Also, it's surprisingly tough to have to keep thinking about things like that.
Okay then, it's a deal.
Yeah, come back if there's anything else.
That was the truth about the Starfall, was it? If the phenomenon occurs over a wide area, then won't Terra become a Death Star at that point?
Twice in 200 years, on a small scale. It's certainly not optimistic, but it's not something we need to prepare for right now. No, it's bad. Tournoir is moving around, sweeping up all the solid matter in the universe. When that falls, that's a starfall. But more than the meteors, the Tournoir particles that he emits are a bigger problem. That a corner of the lands of Arago became a dead land is because of them. The particles have no effect on the citizens of Halle and on the life forms of other stars, so we didn't notice them. To the life forms of Terra, though, they're harmful.
Main belt is the bait for Tournoir. As long as he's on Terra, Tournoir could come at any time. That's what you think, right?
No, he won't come immediately. If Main Belt is holding his magic power in check, it'll take a while until Tournoir detects it. The reason that Tournoir has come close twice before is because the Main Belts released some degree of magic power. 200 years ago, when they came to Terra, 10 years ago was Probably when the Magisword started to be more frequently made. There have been life forms on other stars devoured through similar causes. But if Main Belt attracts him, Turn Noir will come to Terra without a doubt. In that case, there's a problem. If Turn Noir comes now, Main Belt will be devoured. End of story. But he won't do anything to attract Turn Noir, not until Elpisia is completed. But our objective is no longer the completion of Elpisia. Main Belt won't have the opportunity to attract Turn Noir. I just hope it turns out like that.
Excuse me, this place is out of bounds. Your Tritons... C2 shouldn't be a problem, I guess. Anyway, we're going to be closing soon. Sorry, but I'll have to ask you to leave here. Of course.
We'll continue this tomorrow. Let's head to the end.
I've come to look for a really thin book. Even with the covers, it's only 24 pages, but when you read it, you get so hot, it's like your soul's on fire.
Could it be here?
I study the history and magic of Terra here every day. The general public can only go up to the 3rd floor, but they can change the books around regularly, so you never run out of books you want to read. Here. A little salt. How many grams is a little?
History books, magic books, picture books, books about stars, textbooks. You can read books from any field here. You can't borrow or buy the books, though.
I was running, so I was shouted at. I've wanted to come here for such a long time. It's no exaggeration to say that the purpose of my travels has been to come to this place. It is said that in this tower is stored a copy of every book on Terra. They're not available to the general public, but there are even books from the time of the sages.
Nothing important.
Okay.
As far as the plans from here on go, I think we should ask for Stefana's help. Rosala Prometheus, who made a sword using the Starfall 200 years ago, was her ancestor. It's likely she might know something.
That's a good idea. So tomorrow, let's contact Stefana and ask her what she knows. If there are no developments even then, I think that aiming for Elpisia is also one of the choices we have.
What are you saying?
I mean, even if I can't return to being a human, the main belts would still be looking for Elpisia. There'd be no change there, would there? If someone else becomes Elpisia, Noir will come along, and Terra will become a Death Star. But if I become Elpisia and eliminate Noir before the particles come raining down, everyone will be saved, won't they? And that tiny possibility that Main Belt was talking about might really happen. If it does, I might be able to control the power of the Magisword and live as a human.
Don't be so optimistic. You still trust what he says, do you? We don't know Tournoir. Where's the guarantee that he can be eliminated before the particles come raining down? More than anything, don't let any of your humanity be stolen away.
But if Tournoir comes, everyone will die. I'd hate that to happen.
Do you want to become some sort of savior?
Of course not. But even so, I don't want you guys to die.
That's not important. Don't change the subject. Come back. We're in the middle of dinner.
I don't want it. I don't want any more. Even if I eat, I don't know if it's tasty or not.
What do you mean by that? You can't mean that you've lost your sense of taste. Tell me.
I have my sense of taste. However, it's not linked to my heart. I don't know if it's something good or bad.
Huh? Enough. Aldo? Enough of investigating the Magiswords. We're not going to ask Stefano for help. We're not going to strengthen anymore.
Eh?
We're not going to do anything else.
Why?
It's better than you becoming any less of a human.
Alice.
Aldo. That night.
I see. So that's why I thought your cooking was so good, Aldo. If you say you can do something, Aldo, it means that you can absolutely certainly do it. It's surely that you are happy at Alice's words, don't you think?
Even now, I feel strange about this emotion. However, it's not bad. Alice. But you're not just some kid who behaves selfishly, and nor are you an adult who lacks understanding. You're a person worthy of trust. Your words made me happy. That's how I interpreted my feelings. I'll be sure to do what we agreed that day, trust me.
Liar.
The following morning. Good morning, Ariel. Have you seen Aldo?
Not yet. Not today. Actually, do you know anything about Alice? When I woke up, she wasn't there.
Alice.
Yeah.
That's a strange look on your face. What's wrong? Alice is not here. The teleportal's gone too.
Alice?
Alice. She's not come back. Calm down. Let go of me. I'm telling you to calm down. Hey, Aldo, you think that what you said to Alice yesterday is correct, don't you? Of course. So do you think that what Alice said is wrong? Yeah. So it's no good then. Even if you find her, that'll solve nothing. What do you mean? Listen to me, Aldo. It's not a case of one of you being right and the other wrong. No matter how trivial a thought, no matter how far from reality, if you thought about it, then it's a correct answer. You're both correct. You guys came this far as partners, right? So don't just reject her. Talk to each other. Tell each other what you're thinking and find an answer that both of you can be satisfied with. What we're thinking. I don't really understand. I don't know what to say.
Aldo, you got angry last night when Alice said she didn't know if the taste was good or bad. For you, Alice losing her emotions related to food was a really big shock, was it not?
It was. I was happy that Alice was pleased. But that disappeared, so I'm...
So then, how about first telling her that? If you have the chance, you'll surely be able to put it into words, the other things you're thinking.
I understand. Okay, let's split up to search. How much can Alice use the teleportal with her magic power? That's not a problem. Now that I've calmed down, I've realized. It's set so that other people can't use it. She shouldn't have gone too far. She's still in town or nearby.
For the time being, let's search until noon, then let's meet up at the inn.
Yeah. New chapter has been unlocked. Oh, I'm all alone. Okay, I was like, that's weird. I'm not being followed by a bunch of other characters. I mean, it's not that all that important that you have like a trail of characters around you.
There's a tall tower on the edge of town, yeah?
That's the Tower of Wisdom. You can read books from across the world there.
Alice doesn't seem to have been to this area.
Nobody said she's gone outside either. She must be in the town. Yeah.
Can't we just be friends with the big Dominion? Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm not getting any new information out of him. Alright, well, maybe talking to everybody isn't going to do me any good here. I just have to see her. I mean, she's probably at the Tower of Wisdom. There she is. I see. I see. That must have been tough for you. But I'm sure Aldo doesn't hate you.
Maybe not.
Yeah, both. You both think a lot of each other. And that's why he spoke so roughly, because he was sad. You should try expressing your feelings once again, both of you, to each other. Do that, and I'm sure you'll be able to make friends again.
I see. Thank you. Well, Aldo. So much has happened in such a short time, but I'm glad it was you who came to that village, Aldo. And that you didn't look at me as a child or as an adult, but that you treated me as an equal, as your contract partner. You told me that you were happy at my casual comment. Even with things like this, you'll be sure to finish the agreement. I was happy you told me to trust you about that. You made me feel like that. Is it so wrong for me to want to protect you?
No, it's not wrong. I think the same way. I want to protect you. That's why I said no to your decision. My parents, they didn't love each other. But that's not to say that they hated each other. If I had to put it into words, I'd say there was nothing between them. They needed me for their work. That's the only reason they had me. They took as little care of me as possible, and when I was 13, they disappeared. I didn't feel any emotions about them myself, so I never looked for them. I survived by collecting and selling herbs. There was no reason to live, but no reason to die.
That's why you know lots about herbs, is it?
Yeah. Finally, I taught myself about swords, joined the guild, and started to work as a mercenary. Then, when I was 21, I won the fighting tournament and was employed by Prometheus. There was no reason for that. I just thought that I just ended up there to earn enough to eat. But I was wrong. When I'd been employed for about 2 years, I heard a rumor. 2 mercenaries who had been employed in the past by the same process as me and had become knights had died on the separate battlefields. They were my parents. When I heard that, I got depressed, and I hated the fact that I'd gotten like that. I didn't feel anything towards my parents, but I realized that despite that, I'd followed the same path, hoping that they'd give me recognition. I quit the mercenaries straight away and started out along a different path, unrelated to my parents. I decided that I'd never have feelings for anyone. But you overturned that. You, Alice. You taught me what it means to be happy. I'd never wanted to feel anything like that again, but I didn't dislike it. So I will protect you. You who taught me that. I didn't want to lose anything more.
What? You're the same as me.
Yeah, the same. Alice, what I said to you was what I really thought. I won't deny it, and I won't correct it. But I want to make your dream come true, too. I want to protect you, and this includes that.
Me too. I want to help you guys and get myself back. Let's search for a way to make all our hopes come true, however difficult it is, however small the probability.
Yeah, let's choose the best option. If it's for that, it's the right path for us, no matter how roundabout it is.
Yeah. It looks like they made up.
Yeah. You mean your parents didn't love each other? In that case, how were you born? You really are a strange human. That wasn't a nice thing to think.
What?
No, it's nothing. Let's wait at the inn for those two to return. The plan is to meet up with those two at the inn. Let's go.
Yeah, like I said, this is why I like these EXE Create games. I mean, I really feel that they're visual novels more than role-playing games. I guess maybe I feel that way about like the early Final Fantasies too. At least the Super Nintendo ones. Like the RPG is just kind of there to move the story along, but they spend a lot of time with characters, and so you get real attached to the characters and the plot, more so than like maybe some of these bigger RPGs out there, which is quite an accomplishment for a game which is still relatively simple. I'm so relieved you're safe, Alice. Sorry to have caused a nuisance. I don't regard it as a nuisance. We are different people, so it's only natural that we disagree or clash with each other. So let's look once again for a way to get you back to how you were, and a way to eliminate Tur Noir.
Before that, I've got something to say. We citizens of Halle have been using Tur Noir particles to cross to the other stars.
So for the people of Halle...
Yeah, Tur Noir is necessary for us. But we can't say absolutely that the main belts are enemies. Making the Magisword was fraught with difficulties, and maybe they first interfered with other planets because the life forms of those stars could create new auras. So we've been making a point of not interfering with them. However, with the existence of Alice, that may be about to change.
So, are you guys our enemy then? So that neither Tur Noir nor the main belts are defeated by us?
No, my first priority is Clay. Then it's you guys. So I'll choose a path by which everyone's hopes can be fulfilled. First, I'll do something about the particles when you confront Tur Noir.
Can you do something like that?
Of course. We use those particles to cross the stars, right? Then I'll eliminate Tur Noir and steal his core, the source of the emitted particles. Seizing the core will be difficult for me on my own, of course, so I'm gonna contact the chiefs on the main star and request help. But it's a plan that benefits the whole of Halle. There's sure to be a good response, and then we'll have a happy end. So I have a request for you. Please let me walk with you, along your path. Don't move. I'm going to take off that magic tool I made you wear. Are you sure? It's not needed anymore. That's a relief. Even if you hadn't intended it, if I died because you moved away from me by mistake, I couldn't have left things like this. That was a lie. Eh? No, it wasn't completely a lie. If you'd moved away from me, all of your equipment, including your clothes, would have been removed. If it had been triggered, you'd have died socially. Funny. That's what you made me wear, is it? That was a lie, too. I don't believe you. You shouldn't tease adults. Just so you know, I'm more than 300 years old. 300?
I thought your mental age didn't match. On Terra, only adults can drink alcohol. From today, no more alcohol for you, Nate.
No way. Yippee! Great, Horus! I was looking forward to this. Come on, laugh some more. Get away from me. Leave me alone. Let's change our aim. We'll get back what Alice has lost, eliminate Tur Noir, and get the core. We'll do it aiming not for what the main belts want, but for what Ellipsis, or Elpisia, is to us. The sword that Triton talked about, handed down in Prometheus, is the key to everything, no doubt about it.
Let's go back to the guild and contact Stefana. Let me give you this back.
Teleportal gained again. Okay, let's go back to the guild.
Three days later.
Meeting room, guild office. Okay, Miss Stefana. As I said before, I want to put up a barrier.
Understood, but enough with the miss.
Right. Now main belt won't overhear anything.
Okay, Stefana, do what you need to. Of course. Let me start from the conclusion. The sword you guys are looking for is without a doubt my holy sword, Yumel. The holy sword Yumel was made 120 years ago by one of the sages, my ancestor, Relasa Prometheus. The material was a special stone brought from the skies, in other words, a meteor from the starfall 200 years ago. The holy sword is endued with a special power that can weaken magic. At the time, the Neri Dominion was already viewed as dangerous, so Relasa duplicated the sword many times, thinking it would be a deterrent. The duplicates didn't have as much power as the original. However, when the blades of the original and a duplicate battle, the ability of the original is strengthened, while the duplicate becomes just a sword. Wanting to make the power complete, Relasa continued to harden the holy sword, but at some point that power was lost all of a sudden. Relasa was troubled so much about it. In the end, she concluded that it had been lost because of a curse by the dead. To duplicate it, a meteor was needed, but for that it was necessary to go to the Dead Lands. There were many victims affected by the particles. Relasa engraved the names of all the victims on a huge piece of magic ore and mourned for them in the sacred lands. When she did so, the power that had been lost came back, but it wasn't just that. It changed to a power that could completely cancel magic power, and thus the holy sword Yumel was completed. That's the history of the holy sword Yumel. Naturally, it's not the same thing as magic swords.
But there are parts which might be useful for reference. Strengthening by collision of energy between swords, not becoming complete by that alone. Those 2 points are shared. The problem is after that.
We can't grieve for living humans after all. Even I'd hate that. So how about interpreting it as regarding them as precious? I'd say that the essence is the same. Precious? In concrete terms, what does that mean doing? Emotional bonds.
I see. In other words, partners.
No way.
Impossible. Nobody's saying you have to become lovers. One of an irreplaceable pair. That's what it means. Yeah. What about a family? A brother and sister?
Aldo is my older brother.
And Alice is my younger sister.
Well, if it's Aldo...
It wouldn't be bad.
By trusting each other and building bonds, you can strengthen the Magisword, yeah? Wonderful.
Alice, if the Magisword is further strengthened, you might lose something more. But we'll be sure to get it back. It's a promise.
Yeah, I trust you, Aldo. The regions where the meteors fell look likely to be the key. The regions where they fell 10 years ago might be dangerous, but after 200 years, the situation might have changed. When we get back, I'll check. Please do that.
You've been such a help. I'd like to thank you in some way.
You really like to be exact with agreements, don't you? If it's possible, I'd like you to lend a hand in the final battle with the Neri Dominion.
It's finally about to start, is it?
Yeah. Now, the Neri Dominion is large and powerful. We're not going to be victorious with general fighting power, so we're not going to break through from the front. We'll make a surprise attack on his base camp in Oberon. If we can make Adam and the Hedora Magic Corps powerless, we can bring this battle to an end with the minimum of skirmishes.
To achieve the Elpisia we're aiming for, we're going to need to continue to strengthen the Magisword. The enemies have Magiswords. We'll take part in the battle too.
Thanks. A seam in the barrier magic surrounding the Neri Dominion was found, and we were able to cut a hole with the Holy Sword without being detected by the enemy. We're pouring our fighting force into that location now. You guys infiltrate the Neri Dominion again from there, and wait in the capital for us. I'll have a subordinate in the capital give you the details of the attack.
Understood.
In that case, you'll need a ship. We'll lend you one. Come with me. This is the ship we'll lend you. Let me explain how to use it.
Getting on. When standing adjacent to the ship on land, a Get On icon will appear in the lower right of the screen, and pressing the A button will ride. Getting off. When the ship is aligned with the shore, a Get Off icon will appear in the lower right of the screen, and pressing A will deboard. Caution, in some places, diagonal coastlines, reefs, and cliffs, you cannot get off even if you are next to land. Caution 2, please be careful not to land on small islands and islands that can only be reached by ship.
That's everything. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Prometheus. We'll meet again in the capital.
Yeah.
The location where a hole has been opened in the barrier is just before Nambly Cavern. From there, it's to the southwest.
Okay, let's set off to Oberon, City of Magic. This is Nelby Cavern.
There are places in the lands of Arago too where magic can be mined then.
Yeah, but the quality isn't as good as that from Prometheus. This place is within the Neri Dominion. There could be hidden lookouts. Let's be cautious as we go on.
You seem well today, Father. Ah, my body feels so light. It's like the past few months of illness were a dream. Even so, don't push yourself too much. You're not completely better yet. That's right, I still need to keep living. Sorry to have left you to run the Dominion. You're still so young. It was a heavy burden to have placed on you. What are you saying? I'm the next lord. It was no trouble at all. If we can achieve victory in the battles which are sure to begin soon, the threat from Nereid will be gone forever. Then you'll be able to concentrate on recuperating. I, Stefano Prometheus, will make a promise. In your place, Father, I will be sure to lead the world to peace.
Helene Islands, Perdita Village, independent area. Io.
You came to see me again.
Of course, you're my brother. I love you more than anyone else.
Yeah, but don't push yourself too much. I heard from the maid, you spent so much money to get here from the capital.
It's none of her business. Don't let something like that worry you. Or is it that you don't want to see me?
It's not fair to put it like that. Hey, tell me a story. A story about how cool you are.
Okay, the other time on Mount Charist. There, Aldo. What is it?
You always talk about Aldo. Really, you like him so much, don't you?
No, not at all. He's just a rival. Don't say things like that.
Yeah, okay. You're not going to beat Aldo, are you? And become the strongest... Or you're going to beat Aldo, aren't you? And become the strongest swordsman in all of Terra.
Io, and be sure to make that promise I made you to come true.
Yeah, I know you can do it.
I'm going to be the best swordsman in the world. That's what I swore to Io. However... that woman. I'll deal with her. No way. No, strengthening with a magic sword is just a fake. I'll make mincemeat of those guys who rely on that. Next, I'll defeat all of them. I know, but I mean, everybody gets like a little bit of a more of a character reveal. Squidgy Papaka. Yeah, okay. spiral gun. All life cure. Oh, this is the next area. Okay, let's go back and check that other area. I know, I never really know if I need to go left to right or right to left. Generally, Japanese games have you go right to left, so you explore the right half, and then the true path is the left half, but, you know, it's obviously not always true. Whereas in a lot of, you know, American and European games, it's the opposite. You know, you explore on the left first, and then, you know, the true path is on the right. Again, just generally, that's how it worked out. Really more through coincidence than anything else. Like if you played an old Ultima game, or Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, or something like that. You know, some sort of CRPG, then yeah, usually, you know, explore everything on the left side of the map first, and then everything on the right side, and you end up, you know, basically 100%ing the dungeon. But if you went to the right first, then you'd find, you know, the next part, you know, the boss too early, or the next part of the story. I mean, some people think it's because we read the languages in different directions. But I don't necessarily think that's the reason. Really? I can't smash that stuff? Oh my god. Alright, well, here. Back to where we were then. Dash, dash, dash. I went to go to eat at one of my favorite restaurants, but one of the staff potentially, you know, caught COVID. So now the whole restaurant is closed for the next 2 weeks. Just like, man. It is one hell of a sickness. One hell of a virus, let me tell you. Some people don't take it very seriously. Which may be fine on an individual basis, but as a collective, as a group, you know, it can really affect you indirectly. And if all you think about are your own personal experiences, then that's really not a benefit to everyone. So yeah, needless to say, no fried chicken tonight. I think the worst part is that this was a small business. You know, it was just one restaurant, with yeah, not a very large, not a very large staff. You know, a relatively small kitchen, which means, you know, all of those folks who work there, you know, now they have to go without pay for 2 weeks because, you know, somebody didn't take the right precautions. Or they met somebody who didn't take the right precautions. A monster. It's on its guard against us too. Go on. Swoosh. This must be its territory. I guess we can't avoid a battle.
It's coming.
Sure. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. What the heck is this thing? Oh, great. Let's break his ass. Uh-oh. It's got huge defense. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't like that at all, huh? I'm surprised my heal hasn't gone up. Still at heal 2. Magic attack damage ineffective. Oh. Well, that doesn't really matter at this point in time. See if he can live. Probably not. Yeah, I didn't think so. At this point in time, I can do too much damage. Can't spend too much time healing anyone. Grrr. Look at me, Alice.
What?
Turn the other way.
What is it?
Okay.
What are you doing?
Your body can't feel pain right now. It's necessary to check carefully that you're not injured.
I see.
But that's not enough. Ariel, from today, take a bath along with Alice.
Is that okay? No way! You're not gonna treat me like a child like that.
There's a possibility you could be injured in a place that's hidden by your clothes. It's a necessary step.
No way!
If you can call it overprotective, it's probably just about the right amount.
Okay, I see. Please do it, Ariel. Of course, I'll wash you with all my heart. You don't need to go that far. Okay.
Maybe we should get moving. I can feel a breeze. The exit is close.
How do we go on when we get out of here?
Oberon is to the north, but the landscape is difficult. It's not possible to go there directly. Following the path, we need to go around to the west and then north. Well, these boss battles have been, they've been something else. Generally, I'm used to just, like, sweeping through one of these games. But they really made sure to make the, at least the boss battles super challenging. You know, and I've raised well beyond what you normally do if you're playing the game casually. So I think this game really, really, really wants you to grind. Which, you know, may be incentive to buy the DLC to make it easier to grind. But personally, I always just buy all the DLC because it's all pretty reasonably priced, and the base game is you know much lower price than a normal game.
What's that old castle? I guess we're gonna get to that later. Okay, why don't we stop it there? This is audap, watching Sword of Elpisia running on Series X. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.